Broken windows and burnt garbage. It's another day of cleanup efforts in Paris after a night of chaos. Firefighters worked to extinguish fires set around the city as riot police dispersed crowds. Some 441 police officers were injured and 475 people were arrested. Dozens of protesters were also hurt. The action is part of a nationwide movement against pension system changes championed by President Emmanuel Macron that include increasing the retirement age by 2 years to 64.
Disposition de l'intersyndicale, si elle souhaite venir me rencontrer.
I am available if the unions wish to come and see me to move forward on all of these topics. As to the rest and the pension reform, it's before the Constitutional Court. And of course, we're waiting for the decision of the Constitutional Court, Macron told reporters today. The protest rallies that gathered large crowds throughout the day were otherwise largely peaceful. Opinion polls show a wide majority of voters are opposed to delaying retirement age by 2 years. They were further angered by the government deciding to skip the vote in Parliament altogether. Unions have called for regional action over the weekend and new nationwide strikes and protests on Tuesday, March 28th, the day King Charles is due to travel to Bordeaux from Paris by train on a state visit. Macron announcing today that the visit has been cancelled, saying it's common sense to postpone the meeting, adding that it can't carry on as though nothing is happening. It's far from business as usual in France after all. The postponement, a major embarrassment to Macron, who had hoped the monarch's visit would mark a symbolic step in the two countries' efforts to turn a page after years of poor relations post-Brexit. Nonetheless, Macron says he will press ahead with the reforms causing French people to revolt. Today, the head of a French union urged Macron to make a gesture to calm things down. The solution he proposed would be to pause the reform for 6 months and look for compromises. But when asked about it, Macron only repeated comments he made earlier this week about being open to discussing future policy changes with unions. He added that the pension law, which the government pushed through Parliament without a vote, would simply follow its course, which is now a review of its legality by France's Constitutional Council.